People keep asking me, why did you choose Catholicism as your religion of choice? And I think that a lot of people ask me out of genuine curiosity, but I also think that a lot of people ask me because they have a lot of preconceived notions about Catholicism and a lot of misconceptions about what we actually believe and how we worship. To give you a little background on myself, I was born and raised Catholic, so I practiced it all throughout high school. But during that time, I was also introduced to Pentecostal Christianity. I was also really involved in yoga, so that led me into meditation, studying Hinduism, and also getting more into like New Age Christianity from there. Once I got to college, I would say that I didn't really have a religious faith. I was just very like agnostic and I didn't really care about God or any religious affiliation. Then I got really into like witchcraft and paganism for a long time. When I was into witchcraft and paganism, I would say that I kind of teeter-tottered between being an atheist and also believing in the universe or believing in something, but I just wasn't fully sure what that was. I had an open mind. I looked into Buddhism, Taoism, different philosophers, but I think that not having a single point of worship for me really led me down the rabbit hole of creating my own religion, which was politics. Honestly, like my politics became my religion for many, many years. What I started to realize was that politics was really just affirming feelings that I had, but it wasn't actually leading me to something greater than me. Politics provided me opinions on morality and how they relate to America. It doesn't really actually have a solid ground or like a solid moral foundation. Politics are ever changing, and I was searching for a deeper, more objective truth. I can get into that in another video. I'm gonna keep going. So I came across this writer. His name is Thomas Merton. He was a Catholic monk. He was a mystic. He was a social activist. He was a scholar of comparative religions. He was known for having dialogue with a lot of more Eastern religions, kind of finding the overlap between the two. I read one of his books, and my life literally changed. I think a lot of people think that religion automatically means control and oppression, but Catholicism is so much more about just an individual way of life versus controlling how other people live their lives. It just offers you structure. And the Catholic Church is the oldest Christian institution, and it does not change. I started to realize that my morality was tied to American politics that are very subjective. There are universal objective truths that span culture, time, language. Catholic beliefs are universal and timeless. Catholic social teaching is based on reason. It stems from natural law. Like, we can all agree that the common good and human dignity and solidarity are all universal truths. Like, it's not just bound by one religion. We can all agree on that those things are important, right? So I discovered this guy here. His name is Bishop Barron. This man is a freaking genius, let me tell you. Changed my life, like just changed my life so much. He ties in philosophy, science, math, literally every pillar of the world into Catholicism, and it's the most mind-blowing thing. I started to learn about the early church fathers and what they believed and how they worshipped before the Bible was even compiled. Because, side note, for 300 years after Christ died, there was actually no like official Bible that was a single book yet. So reading the early church fathers and then also reading scholars like Aquinas really sealed the deal for me that Catholicism is a rational religion. It's not just based on man-made ideas. It all ties back to natural law, math, science, all those things. Another part about Catholicism that I absolutely love is that it ties in the supernatural. We literally get the best of everything. We get science, philosophy, math. We get to have the supernatural, mystical side. Catholicism incorporates everything that is good, true, and beautiful. I mean, come on, there's no denying that we have the best churches and the best cathedrals in the world. Like, they're just absolutely stunning. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that I like them because of just the aesthetics. The beauty brings in the supernatural. When you step into a church, I'm not even kidding, you feel the presence of God. And that's the entire point, is to evoke all of our senses that brings us closer to the Lord. It's why we use incense. It's why our architecture is built with harmonics that make sound like angels are singing. It's why we have artwork everywhere. A lot of people think that we do all this for like vanity and showing off, but it's actually to give worshipers a place to step into that's outside of their regular world, because it just makes you feel closer to God. It makes you feel closer to God. So lastly, a lot of people will ask, well, why aren't you just like a Gnostic Christian? Why do you need religion to have a relationship with Christ? But here's what really sealed the deal about Catholicism for me. We believe that Christ was a real person. He came, he lived, he died, he resurrected, and he is fully man and fully human. Jesus was the first God in history that brought order to humanity that's based on human dignity, and it appeals to natural reason. Before Christ, the world was following the same patterns. There were so many religions all across the world who were having similar practices and worship styles, but it was causing disorder and chaos. One of those themes was human sacrifice, or even baby sacrifice. But Jesus came, sacrificed himself for us, and he reset the world order. He showed us that we can have eternal life through unconditional love and forgiveness. forgiveness. And I truly believe that those principles are the only way to save humanity. There have been a lot of religions after Jesus that have taught these same ideas, but he rose from the dead, and there are hundreds of eyewitness accounts to prove it. So because I believe in the new order that Jesus created, but I also believe in science, philosophy, and the supernatural, Catholicism just made the most sense to me.